Warning, the following presentation is intended for mature audiences. It includes stigma topics like sex, addictions, mental illness, adult dialogue, and strong language. Viewer discretion is advised. Hello and welcome to another episode of the Arouse Podcast. I've been away for a little bit, and I'm here to tell you what's been going on behind the scenes. If you've heard me talk about my own struggle with mental illness before, then you will already know this. But if you're new to the podcast or just to my world and you don't know this already, I struggle with depression and anxiety on a daily basis. I was diagnosed back in 2017, just 2 months after I graduated from my university degree. Lately, I've been having a lot of suicidal thoughts coming up again, not feeling myself because I'm dealing with an ear infection that's been not healed for a few months now, and it's frustrating to deal with and not feel myself in my own body. Just having a really hard time focusing on my work, finishing projects, and, dealing with a lot of shit internally. It has taken a toll on many aspects of what I do in my business, what do I do in a daily basis as a human being. So if you personally struggle with any sort of mental illness, then, this episode is gonna feel very familiar to you. It's another reminder that I've needed to really take care of myself. So to get out of this huge slump, taking time to myself, working on my self-love, doing things that might not be like super awesome. Oh, well, yeah, like I want to go have a million milkshakes. It's like, well, is that really self-care? No, but I need to clean. I need to do laundry. I need to declutter things and make my areas tidy so that I can feel at ease. So I'm not as stressed out about when you come home and you see that your place is a complete mess. Doesn't matter how your day went. Like, how does that make you feel when you come home? I personally feel like stressed out and just annoyed, frustrated, irritated, because it's like, oh, well, everything's a mess, nothing looks nice and neat and tidy, or I'm trying to find something and it's hard because it's not in the right place, it's not organized, and it's not set up in the way that I normally have it. Making sure that you really do things that are good for your soul, even though they might not feel like really good to you at the time, is what's super important. I didn't want to clean. I didn't want to declutter. Like, those are not things that felt really good to me in the moment. The moment that I started doing it, cleaning my bathroom, whether it was, tidying up my counter or cleaning my shower with one of my favorite cleaning products and just making it more fresh, like putting out fresh towels, changing out my bath mats and putting out fresh ones. Like, I hated doing it in the moment because, I'm dealing with my depression and my anxiety, like having a million things go through my mind and, getting into this deep hole of all these awful thoughts, but making my body do something that's like, no, this is going to be good for me. I need to do this. And after I finished, I looked at it and there was so much relief that came from that. I felt so much more relaxed. Like, a big weight off my shoulders had been taken off just by cleaning my bathroom and making it look nice for me. You're going to have ups and downs in your life. What takes real courage is owning up to your own shit. So for me, I had to admit to myself, I'm feeling depressed. I'm depressed right now. Like, I don't want to do anything. I want to lay in bed all day. I'm having all these suicidal thoughts and, they're slowly starting to take over and, I'm struggling with that. Or, I just don't feel myself because of my ear infection. Once you can admit to yourself, like, whatever you're feeling, whatever is bringing you down, like this up or this down that you're experiencing, then you can work on that area. Really, there's nowhere to go but up. You don't have to hit rock bottom. Like when you hit rock bottom, like there's nowhere to go but up. And it's like, yes, but you don't have to hit rock bottom in order to, do better for yourself, have an awakening, an epiphany, and, change your life. It's not how many times you fall down, but it's how many times you pick yourself up off the ground. You can fall down, and it doesn't have to be that you hit rock bottom. You can ultimately just fall down, trip over whatever, and fall to the ground, but picking yourself up, dusting yourself off, and continuing on and working on yourself is what is so important, and that's what's going to make a difference. So even if you're not going through something right now that's like, oh, I'm at my rock bottom, or I'm not at rock bottom, like I don't know if I can do this, you're still lying on the ground and it's like, hey, well, I need to pick myself up off the ground. Like, I'm feeling depressed. I'm feeling this or that. And, I'm on the ground right now. I'm laying there and I'm just kind of accepting it. But it's like, no, I don't want to stay here. I don't want this to be my circumstance. I'm going to change my story, change my circumstance so I can live a better life. I can live with depression and still have an amazing life. Yes, it's going to try and bring me down, but my inner critic was always there anyways. So I battled that for years with my eating disorder and dealt with toxic and abusive people. So if I can deal with that, I can deal with depression and these suicidal thoughts that I've been struggling with for a couple years now. I can still battle that. I can still overcome that. No matter if you are dealing with a fall down situation right now where you're on the ground and you're like, I need to pick myself back up, or you're in a state of your life right now that it's like, no, I'm still good. I'm walking, I'm avoiding certain obstacles, or I stumbled, but I'm still on my feet. That's okay, because maybe this episode is a reminder to you that when you fall down, you can still pick yourself up off the ground. Because you do need that reminder. I need it. A week ago when I was dealing with my depression and it got so bad, but I'm not at rock bottom. I've been there in different situations in my life, in different events, but I'm like, this isn't rock bottom, but I'm still going to pick myself up again because, I don't want to stay here. I don't want to suffer here. I want to overcome this, challenge these suicidal thoughts and all this other shit that's going on and continue on. Never forget that you are not alone in this. You are not the only one that is struggling with your own demons, with mental illness, whatever you are going through in your life right now, you are not alone. It's just people can be really good at hiding their problems and, making it seem like they're okay. You're encouraged to fake being okay when, you have a conversation with someone and like, hey, how are you? It's your automatic response to be like, oh, I'm good. I'm all right. Like, I'm okay. I'm fine. That is actually so toxic because you need to talk about your problems. You need to recognize and acknowledge that your emotions, your feelings, your thoughts are real things going on in your head. You do need to talk about it because they are real. I'm here to tell you that they're real and you're not alone. If you feel like you don't have anyone in your life to talk to about this, I really encourage you to find someone in your life to talk about this. It's good to be able to talk to them without them being a therapist, just so that you can get out what you're feeling, for someone to listen to you. That is the most important part, is for someone to sit there and be able to listen to you. Even if they don't give you like any advice or feedback back to you, it's just so that you can get out your thoughts and your feelings in real time by speaking it physically to someone. Like, that is such a huge difference when you have to talk about it out loud to another human being. That's when it becomes real to you. So I really encourage you to find someone in your life, if you don't already, to talk to about certain things. You can make it through. I am rooting for you. I believe in you. I love you. And I know that you can do this. Trust in yourself, that you can push through whatever you are struggling with right now, and know that you can make it to the other side, because I've done it multiple times in my life. And honestly, I can do it multiple times. You can do it right now. If this is the first time you've ever struggled with something in your life, you can do it right now. I know you can.